Hello, what is up, Quakecon? Hell yeah. My name is Dyelawn57. Today we're going to be doing Doom the Dark Ages any %. Default settings and all that stuff. On the couch today, I have Bloodshot and Rytro. Would you guys like to give a little introduction?
I'm Bloodshot. I do speedrunning for Dark Ages and Doom Eternal, mostly the no major glitch or restricted categories.
My name's Rytro. I'm a big 100% guy with this, and I am tired.
Yeah, my man just got done with a crazy run, dude. That was super hype.
Oh, not as gonna be as hype as this.
Yeah, let's hope. Since
If you're wondering how we've busted this game, this is the category. So, Dyelawn, whenever you're ready.
Excellent. All right. So time starts whenever I gain control of my character. Okay, and we're off.
Best of luck, dude. You got this.
Awesome, thank you. So first things first, we're going to do the most busted tech in the game. It is called a mantle warp. And also, my mouse sensitivity settings are completely incorrect. So that's super fun. We're gonna.
Yeah, he's at the end of the level.
Yep, there we go.
So if you're wondering, he wasn't like checking the map to figure out where to go. What it was every time you mantle in this game, the last frame of the mantle, it checks your map coordinates and then writes that to the player's location. I assume this is some rail boost prevention mechanism because rail boosting is a technique used in both Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. So what this does is it takes the map coordinates for it. So if you move the map, the function just moves you to wherever you want. I will say game audio's a bit quiet.
Yeah, I'm about to fix that.
Gotcha.
We are in a little bit of a rush today, so.
Yeah, there was a big hubbub this morning, and we are a little bit behind, but we are getting through it as quick as possible. That is the end of Village of Kaleem after that turret section. If you're wondering what was happening during that turret section, he was shooting. That's the tech.
Adjust a couple
Crazy.
things real quick.
Yeah, if you could bump the game audio to... That is way better, yeah.
All right, and then where is the input sensitivity?
Oh, very quick change. Dyelawn was obviously practicing this on a separate PC.
Two more to the right.
Yeah. Up to 8.
I don't know what's wrong, so I'm just going to set it really high.
High sensitivity gamer. We're going on to Hebeth, the second level of the run. Now, this is a level to where, yeah, we're going to do that mantle warp thing again.
Yep.
So first things first, picking up this little collectible, the chainsaw shield. This chainsaw shield is very important because it stuns enemies and is just typically, makes combat a bit better. You also unlock shield throws, which is required for some sections, right? Or not in this run?
It's not required for any section in particular. I am having to, seriously move my entire hand for this mouse, so I apologize for it being really, really crappy.
I can just see his hand going.
Yeah, I literally can't even control the game. Okay. 1 second.
All right, moving all the way. So every time Dyelawn opens the menu, he has a very specific setup to line some textures over other textures in order to get the warp. I will mention that mantle warping is literally frame perfect, and the game is running at 200 FPS typically, while or around 150. So 1 in 150th of a second window he has to hit.
I can't play the game.
There we are. Yeah, just crank that thing.
It's not working in the map. That's awesome.
Oh, and we get it, and he warps into a death plane to spawn on a platform above it. And get it, shield charge boost into this combat encounter. Now, of course, oh, that is spacey. Now, of course, the combat works in this game by trigger demons, so Dyelawn will just go from demon to demon, trying to kill the right enemies to progress the encounter to the next state. And once the encounter is over, we will finish it by fighting a leader demon. And one thing about the ammo routing here, it is super tight. Like, Dyelawn just barely has enough shots. And since he doesn't have a melee weapon because we teleported to the end of every level, the only way he's able to get ammo back is from glory strikes and glory kills.
Not to mention that at this point, the game assumes that you have at least 3 weapons, because you'd have shotgun, the needler, and the plasma rifle. And now it's just shotgun, and basically shotgun, shield bash, shield cell.
Anything we leave in the previous levels stays there. It does not come with us. So we are losing the shredder, the accelerator, and the power gauntlet. Our main power. Dyelawn is throwing a shield while shooting because this game has sort of like a 2-hand system, meaning that you can, even though the shield throw does very little damage, it is a little extra damage, which does save like a shotgun shot or two, so it is worth to go for it. And that is a clean combat. We are moving on to the next level, Barrier Core, which this level, casually, around 2 to 3 minutes if you know what you're doing and you just run through everything. Dyelawn will put that to shame with this. And he's on top of the invisible walls that are meant to keep you in the level.
So if you've ever seen a Doom Eternal speedrun, there was a movement tech in that with the dash, which was a dash boost, where you dash into curved walls and surfaces, and it would give you whatever your dash speed was, it would transition upward. And that's not a thing on the Slayer's movement because there's no dash in here, but because Dyelawn has it, we're able to do it in these levels.
Yeah, to add on to that, there's actually another effect that makes that. There's actually a little bit of collision rejection, because the mech will slightly go into the collision and the game will try to force the 2 objects apart, so that gives a little extra speed upwards. So we will just, I just want to point, while we're explaining, like, this is very precise walking path he has to do, or else he'll fall off the invisible wall and then have to redo basically the whole level, or just fight it through. This combat is required, because if we don't do this, the final boss will not spawn of this little section. Dyelawn will try to dash as he makes contact with the right-click charge attack, and that is like almost frame perfect, but it does save your charge. It is very hard to do. And then the final boss is, of course, an Armor Titan, which we will just punch the heck out of. Right-click, punch the heck out of, right-click. Get into a rhythm of it. Does the ground shock to get the guy to unblock, which is another thing I learned today.
I also learned that. I did not know that at all.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not too left out. And that is Barrier Core done in crazy amounts of time.
Okay, so I'm going to try to do something real quick. I'm going to try to change my DPI on the actual mouse itself, because doing the mantle warps, it actually takes your mouse's default DPI on the menu instead of taking, let's see. All right, it takes your mouse's default DPI in the menu. So, all right, cool, that's good.
Okay, that was a lot faster than last time.
Yeah, again, Dyelawn will do a mantle warp to a precise spot.
Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties.
That's cool. We can just, luckily with mantle warps, we can just try again. Okay. And then we will go this, and we're going to teleport out of bounds slightly. Oh.
Sorry.
This takes a little bit of concentration. Dyelawn got this. I know. He
there we
teleports in, goes all the way down. He will fall into the void, do a jump to barely hit a checkpoint trigger, reload map from checkpoint to get into the later part of the level. This is primarily to pick up the ruby and also to get to the second part of the map. And you can probably guess... Oh, actually, wait. First things first. Impaler. This will be our main workhorse for the early part of the game.
We do only be having 3 guns.
We will... This is the second of 3 guns we pick up over the whole run. So Dyelawn will teleport directly over this ruby. We need rubies because they are upgrade materials for later, and because we only have 3 guns, we want to make sure one of them is a straight-up boss killer. One more mantle warp to grab the end of the level.
Yep, sorry, I'm still fiddling with the mouse. It's not correct.
Keep in mind, like, hitting that a mantle warp is a 1 in 160th of a second window. So if Dyelawn takes a couple times to get it, it's fine. We're doing an AI cheese where the vagary cannot detect you if you're at the edge of the arena. This has to do with enemy detection. Basically, it can only detect in certain areas, and its detection radius is just slightly shorter than the edge of the arena.
I got giga-trolled.
Or, excuse me, it's not a radius. It is, like, literally the playable space.
Yeah, so whenever they added the Mancubus to this arena, it actually giga-trolled us. If we get this guy in a specific spot, the Mancubus will push him and then push him back into AI range. So, yeah, that's super fun.
The weak spot in the back is the sack. So Dyelawn will just waste all the ammo he can hitting the sack until the vagary comes out, and then he'll have to fight this last little bit casually. It's just barely not staggered. There we go. Shoot it in the butt for extra damage, because that is the weak point, and it's very low HP.
I'm just going to have to fight it. It's fine.
Yep. It's okay. Just a little bit of unoptimal damage there, so we'll just have to take it on. Luckily, all you got to do is just basically parry.
I'm basically fighting with my mouse. I'm fighting the mouse, not the game, at this point.
Do you need us to go to a BRB screen and cut back to fix it?
I honestly don't know. All of my settings are different. Every
if you need to, we can go to cut it out real quick and then resume. I guess Dyelawn will continue on. Fighting the DPI gods. It's okay. This run is a little bit precise, very execution heavy. Vagary is one of the hardest parts of the run because it is just like, how do I put it? You do have to fight him casually, which a lot of this run is, I don't know, you can tell from everything that's going on, isn't the most casual. One parry into that, he is staggered. And that is the vagary down. Nice job, Dyelawn.
Thank you.
We will be moving on to the Holy City of Aratum, which is, of course, the first dragon level of the game. Now, because we are on a down-patch version of the game, we do have to do the dragon tutorial.
Sticky keys.
Classic. So this is about expect what casually. We do have to play it in its entirety. However, afterwards, that may not be the case. You may notice that Dyelawn is firing really heckin' fast.
Yeah, so the dragon sections are the only section where you actually kind of do more damage with lower FPS. So we actually cap this section to 120, and it affects the rate at which you fire with your what is happening.
Oh, it's because you were scroll firing, that sometimes bugs out the dragon.
Okay, well basically we can fire with scroll and remain empowered and basically carry that all the way through to finish that dragon section really, really fast.
Yeah, a little bit on the shooting. It does sometimes just kind of break the dragon, and I feel like that has to do with every time you click, because we have shoot bound to scroll and we're just firing as fast as possible. It sort of cues all those fire actions, and if the game still tries to fire when you get out of that sprint state, it just causes all sorts of frickin' problems.
Yeah. I don't typically have that issue, so it's a little weird, but...
Yeah, it's if you do it, how do I put it? If you're very careful about it, you shouldn't experience it. It's just any, how do I put it? Any over-scrolling can cause it. And now we are done with the dragon section, and we will be moving on to the main section. Dyelawn will, of course, do what everyone's first inclination was when they played casually and fly to the bottom of the map.
Yep. Thank you very much for giving us a thing that we can fly around in a 3D space with. That's super fun.
Yeah, because there is collision. Of course, all of this is solid. The game will try to force eject us out, but if you just try a little hard, you can just go in.
Yep.
Basically, at that specific spot, the kick-in, like, is just blocked. We're all good. We can just move around, and now we get to the final combat encounter of Arata.
So in this category, because we don't really have like a gun, we have to do like really efficient combat routing. So I plan every single shot in the encounter and exactly which enemies I'm going to kill and win.
Yeah, when you get into an any percent run, world record for this is just around 45 minutes. And when a run is that short, literally every second counts. So it is, how do I put it? When you go from shorter categories to longer categories, shorter categories require way more precision, so runners will route every minute detail. If you see something like a Resident Evil speedrun, you're familiar with that concept really well. These Hell Knights have to die quickly or else they'll respawn, and then we can finish out the max, and that is that encounter. That is some great combat, Dyelawn.
Thank you.
And after... Oh, I thought you were about to...
There might be one man left. Yep.
Yeah.
A Pavlovian response right there.
Just trying to move fast over to that guy. Okay.
All right, and just like that, Aratum's done. One thing to bring up, if you're wondering why Dyelawn's not playing at 150% game speed, I mean, it kind of seems obvious, like the game runs faster, it'd be a faster run. That makes mantle warps harder, and also, adjusted game speed is just a different category. We kind of kept every category as default settings, as like, kind of a baseline of like, yeah, these are the default speedruns, and then we have a separate category for adjusted game speedruns. But most people run that at 150% speed because, yeah, faster. Doing a mantle warp all the way to the melee weapon that we will be using for the rest of the run, the flail. We actually need a melee weapon. It is required in the route.
Yeah, unfortunately we do need ammo, otherwise we would skip this. And we did skip it for a while. We got the fist instead in Village, but yeah, this just so happened to be better.
And after grabbing that flail, it'll be another precise mantle warp straight to the end of Siege 1, which is really right next to Siege...
I think I can.
To that.
I can't save it. It's fine.
It's okay. We'll just load checkpoint, and we'll do another mantle warp.
Yeah, so I've been practicing a whole lot for this. Like absurd amount of practice, actually. And because my mouse isn't functioning, I know L mouse, I'm complaining about it a lot. But I have all of this down to muscle memory, and all of it's gone. So I'm literally just flubbing this. We're making it up today, boys.
We'll do it live.
I'm literally just making it up.
Dude, he's just making this a challenge run as well as a speed run. You got to respect the gamer. Yeah, so because these are all lineups and a lot of it is feeling, mantle warps are almost exclusively feeling because you're looking for a specific part in the animation. And he will...
Sorry.
No. Like I said, 1 in 160th of a second window. There is a way to cap... If you cap your FPS, you can limit the frames. So like 30 frames per second about, then makes the trick a little easier. But Dyelawn has told me that he is so gamer that he wants to do un-frame rate cap mantle warps for the showcase to show that, you know, it is doable.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely doable, and it makes it much funner.
Yeah.
Doing cap mantles was really boring.
Yeah. There's argument that mantle warps at higher frame rates are more skill based because it's a tighter timing window, and you got to go off feeling rather than just counting frames. He will mantle off this branch, by the way, and I'm just gonna let this trick speak for itself.
So we're actually doing our first full level skip of the run. Basically, what we're doing is we're lining up on a very, very specific spot so that we can mantle warp over to the last arena of Forge.
Yeah.
Nailed it. First try. That's freaking awesome.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah, no, that is arguably the hardest trick in the run.
And probably the best
try.
one, because as he said, this is the end of the next level. And while some games, when you complete any level, it'll complete the level you were just on. This game actually does work where if you complete Forge's final fight, you complete Forge and go into the level after Forge, rather than it saying you completed Forest. So this is ridiculously fast.
Yeah.
For a reference, 10 in-game units is slightly accidentally twitching your hand when you're lining up on the map, and that setup is within 10 game units. So if you don't get literally on the exact right pixel, it doesn't work. You don't have a place to land on the other side.
Yeah. Another neat thing about skipping to Ancestral Forge is that Sentinel Forest will count as complete at the end of the mission, too. So.
Yep, both levels count as finished.
Yeah. We were talking with a few id devs just during Quakecon, and we were mentioning the fact that it is so great that this works because I'm surprised it doesn't crash the game that we do this. This trick is all doable because Ancestral Forge and Sentinel Forest are loaded on the same map, and the only reason you go to the main menu after is that little "you gotcha, you completed the level" screen. But all the maps are loaded in at the same time. Oh, not all the maps. Specific maps back-to-back are loaded in. Fun fact, we would warp from Siege Part 1 to the end of Siege Part 2, but unironically, the map doesn't let us scroll that far.
Yeah.
So if we find any way to unlock the map so that we can scroll further, that would be one of the biggest time saves in the Anti-Pursuit.
So it's not that it's too high or low, it's just...
No, it won't let you.
It's so funny.
Yeah,
the map locks
you just literally
out.
can't go far enough. What's really cool is that an any percent runner of all people helped the combat runners reroute the end of Forge to make the combat more efficient. We were labbing it in the BYOC. I'm very proud of it. I'm very, very proud of it. Because in my category, I don't have another option but to kill them with effectively nothing. And it just so happens that it just ends up being the fastest way to kill stuff.
So you may have wondered one of the reasons why we picked up the flail early on. You'll see real quickly. Oh, it's okay. You got like a frame late on it, so he's just gonna reset it up. Because if you are before the mantle warp frame, if you don't have a melee weapon, you cannot pick up a gold chest.
I was going to ask earlier, thinking like, how do you get soft lock? But it's not even soft lock. You just need the gold for it.
Yeah, you literally need the gold. We need the gold for the only gun that we eventually get.
Yeah, so back onto mantle warps. If you pause too early, open the dossier a bit too early, you can sort of instantly menu out, menu in to test if, best case scenario, you got the warp, you see yourself at the location. Worst case scenario, worst case scenario, you try it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very small thing. Dyelawn just got the mission challenge of stomping 2 Titans at once. We need that because that awards gold, and we need gold to upgrade weapons later because we are demonstrably starved throughout this run, and we just need weapons that kill things good. This mecha section actually has to be done casually because there's just no good way we found to skip everything. Yeah. Luckily, it is I think it is the shortest mecha section in the game.
It's not bad. Yeah. Out of sections, it's not bad. It is a little boring, but whatever.
I mean, compared to crazy warps all around the map, I guess anything would seem that, right?
What I try to do, though, is I try to line these guys up and shoot 2 at the same time as much as possible.
Yeah, one of the benefits of being on 100% game speed versus 150 is that you are able to take a little bit of the time to line up shots because your shotgun still has a recoil and wait for that. And because it's 100% game speed, there's more time to think, collect it, and line up a shot. Oh. Of course, mecha section, dodge attacks with a gun out, get empowered shots, kill things quickly.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm having a hard time here.
It's cool. And just like, oh, nope, one more wave.
Okay.
And just like that, we are into the Slayer section of the level where you probably know exactly what's about to happen. So we actually have to warp midway into the map because mantle warps do not give you Z height. So any vertical distance, you can't travel while mantle warping. So we need to mantle up to one spot to get enough height to mantle warp into the death plane so that we can get to this final combat encounter.
Yeah, I think my FPS is too low for stop hops, unfortunately. It's not too bad. Yeah, the cool thing about... So basically how a mantle works is that your map position is written to your player's XY coordinates. So that's kind of like how it functionally works.
Yes, it is on the last frame of the mantle. This encounter is very, well, how do I say it? It's a little simple. First it's the Battle Knight and the Revenant, then it's this Whiplash, and then the leader, Agadon, spawns in. Dylan's going to try to get as many headshots as possible, tanking some attacks because if you parry, there's slow-mo, so Dylan's going to be playing at... Ooh. Just barely missed the parry. This game, if you give it an inch, it will take a mile.
I've been playing this game for a very long time. I can genuinely say that's never happened to me.
I've never seen something kill so fast. There's usually, especially on low difficulty, there's usually a lot of... There are times where you can sit at 5 health for like 50 shots from enemies until something finally kills you. That was surprising.
Oh. Barely missed the death plane there.
This has happened before.
It's all right. With Mantle Warps, it's as easy as loading checkpoint and just trying it again. And yeah, a little bit of a bummer about this route is that doing it, you do skip all checkpoints in the level, so you will have to do it from the beginning.
Yeah, it's less than ideal, I would say.
In a typical any % run, this would be a reset. But because we're showcasing this to y'all, we'll keep it going. It's one of those things where, how do I put it? This is a very precise run.
It feels like I'm doing different amounts of damage than I usually do. And the snake is in an interesting spot as well.
Again, we'll focus down the Whiplash one more time. Head on to the Agadon. Pin the parries and the headshots. Oh, one thing about Aspiring Slayer difficulty that's very nice is if you shield bash something, it will be a guaranteed falter in most cases. So you can just shield bash in, use the small falter window to headshot the enemy. Very nice for lining up shots. And just like that, we are on to Sentinel Command Station.
Yeah, now we get to get a real gun, man.
We are going to pick up our third and final gun of the run.
Gaming is happening.
And I kind of love it. It is such a cool thing that we get to pick up the trailer gun, and that's the any % viable weapon.
Yeah.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll see it in about 2 seconds after Dyelon attempts a precise mantle warp down here. This actually isn't to the gun. We're going to go to this encounter here because there's a mission challenge that awards a ruby if we kill enough enemies with an explosive barrel. So Dyelon, 1 barrel, yep, 2 barrel explosions. And then mantle warp mid-combat encounter right to... picking up the Pulverizer.
Ravager.
Is it the
Ravager.
Ravager?
You
I
always
always
get
get
those
them-
mixed up, bro.
I always
Dude.
I always forget the name of the pulverizer. So
Okay. In my defense, they're basically synonyms.
Yep, we just hit the pad there at the end of the level, and we complete the level.
Yeah. Warp straight to the end level trigger. Well, we're at From Beyond. Now, if you are worried that the previous levels were a little bit too glitchy, don't worry. This level basically has nothing wrong with it.
Fairly average.
Oh, by the way, this is the only unskippable cutscene in the game.
Yes.
It is when you pet Sarat.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Everybody pet the lizard.
I like the little scaly dude. Okay, so we're of course doing this map completely casually, as everyone did in their playthrough, by flying to the bottom.
this is an open world game, right?
Yeah, a lot of levels are open world. I guess open Sky Island.
All right, so basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to come up from under here to get a checkpoint trigger. This actually lets us skip, I think, 2 combat encounters.
One combat.
One combat, yeah. Basically, we only have to do effectively 1 combat encounter in the level, which is the last one.
Yeah, if you look at the mission objectives, it actually says, like, you know, each combat encounter completed 0 out of 2. But it doesn't check if you completed the first one. It only cares if the second one's been beaten. And
Yep.
we're going to abuse that fact. We still will have to do the entire overworld dragon section, but it cuts out a little bit of time of combat.
All right.
Oh, if you can't tell, Scroll Fire
What?
also works well. That didn't kill. What? I'm genuinely surprised.
Okay. That always kills them. Awesome.
That's
We're gaming.
that sometimes happens, where it's just like a... You could get as many shots visually on the screen as possible, but it doesn't do it the damage you'd expect from the number of shots. So yeah, Dyelawn will just slowly fly around here,
Yep.
destroy the hell ships, the tentacles. I will say it is super satisfying mid-dodge to get those, like, quick fires. Especially when you are used to the default firing. It's just like, oh, wow, it feels like I'm doing a lot of damage. More dodges and parries for empowered shots.
All right. Because basically, I'm just trying to spend as little time doing this as possible.
That's the goal, right? Speedrun.
Yeah. Speeding.
It's not, we don't speed through it because we don't enjoy it. We speed through it because we find the process of speed fun.
Yes, sir.
And also, some of us don't like the dragon sections all that much. It's just the Slayer combat's so good. Like, all the Slayer stuff in this game is just, I put it, in terms of speedrun tech, you can't get it anywhere else.
All right. So now we kind of just, we don't even have to press W through this part. We kind of just move our mouse a little bit.
Yeah, just taking your time, taking your racing lines.
You're basically playing Osu right now, right?
Yeah, it's essentially. All right.
Sorry, is Osu a mouse-only game?
It's like a rhythm game.
You don't know? Oh, you don't actually know Osu?
All right, cool.
Oh, it's
So here we're going to reload the
I
checkpoint.
thought there was like a keyboard component.
we'll talk on it.
No.
Gotcha.
So here we're going to reload checkpoint, and that's actually going to take us all the way to the top of the tower.
That's nice.
Yeah, yep. It's pretty cool.
Welcome
tell
to
your
the giant Kako.
What?
Oh, I'm surprised. Yeah, your iframes just didn't count there. I get that very rarely. It's like a super rare glitch.
All right. Here we go. Combat.
This combat is really good. In fact, I actually took notes from Dyelawn for 100% routing because of how much I liked his enemy kill order. So we'll start off here by killing this Arachnotron. We have the Ravager, which is one of the highest single target burst sources outside of the things like the Impaler. It's just this thing, when fully upgraded, is an absolute monster. But even then, when not upgraded, it's still like our best DPS option. What he's going to, he goes to the left side of the arena to get those heavy demons, gets the Arachnotron, waiting for the Hell Knight to show up and kill. they're instantly take out the wave of soldiers with a shield bash to get these whiplashes as they spawn. Well, plus that imp. There's another whiplash on the other side of the map. And then, after some fodder clear up with the armored Arachnotron, a Vagary will spawn in. Oh, just barely not enough combat rating. Literally one guy.
I got one guide.
I was about to say it. You beat me to it.
And now we're just going to burst it down and shoot down the Revenant.
So with these fights, these are called morale fights, where you have to kill a bunch of things to make that bar, the purple bar, go before you can fight the leader, and a lot of them have some like final big enemy, and this one in particular has a Vagary, which is probably the healthiest enemy. But if you clear enough like fodder plus the other heavy demons, then you don't always necessarily have to kill all heavies or the super heavies. You can just kill the leader and leave the other guy just completely fine.
Welcome to Spire of Narathul. In 100%, this is the longest map, unequivocally. But Dyelawn will jump up here, mantle, and I wonder what will happen now. Oh, gets it first try into the button, ending the level.
Yep.
The only thing preventing you from hitting that button is that the door is closed. So luckily, we just warp into the closed room.
Yeah, we're actually about to come up on another full level skip, which is really fun.
Yeah, City of Ryrul and Carthul Marshes are linked in the same way Ancestral Forge and Sentinel Forest are.
Yeah, we do have a little bit of an auto-scroller to go through, though, unfortunately. But once we get through that, we'll be able to...
We're just enjoying the vibes.
We're vibing.
I want to think that this is a dance move that Doom Guy does.
Yep, just floating on, man.
Whatever floats his boat.
I don't see a boat.
Yet. Yet.
All right, so here we go. Back to gaming.
So this is another one of the most precise mantle warps in the game because we are skipping effectively 2 levels with this skip, so...
Actually, funny enough, it's not that precise.
Really?
Yeah, you literally just line up kind of flat, you jam yourself all the way into the corner, and then after you're done doing the mantle, you just press W.
What? It always looked way hard.
Yeah.
That's why he's a gamer.
And then you just hole in one, and you finish the end of Marshes, and you'll see Marshes is done.
Yeah. It's...
I came up with that setup, by the way, because I was like, this shit's too hard. Like, there's no reason, and we don't even get to a good spot. So I'm like, I'm going to just jam myself into this corner and hope for the best.
Why do hard trick when easy trick work?
Yeah, about to say, back when I watched Shining and Blood Thunder, it looked a little bit more difficult.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I just found a way better setup for it.
Oh.
Not to slight those guys, but I just found a really good setup here pretty recently. I'm trying to climb this pillar. You have to jump off of it really precisely, and both my frame rate and DPI are different, so it's a little weird.
Mm-hmm. He is going to mantle off this ledge, and you can probably guess where he's going. Unfortunately, this level has a bunch of like level slices. I think we would warp to the end of this level because we could do it. It's just the map is locked to only include those level island segments. So Dyelawn just has to go to each level island segment, warp to the end. Next level island segment, warp to the end.
Here we go.
Swimming, wiggle gaming.
Yep. Just spamming A and D because you actually do indeed move faster when you do that.
Yeah, we think it's some kind of like when you change directions, the game gives you a small speed boost while underwater.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Dyelawn's doing here. Just constantly wiggling.
So I'm going to have to do a really, really complicated series of actions here. And I hope I don't fail, because that would be really crappy.
Oh, dude, that was a first try mantle warp easily while the Baron was just there.
Yep. We shield bash him to stun him, which gives us enough time, like just enough time to mantle that thing.
And climbing up on top of the collision, Dyelawn will then do another mantle warp on top of the ship over here.
Another first try.
First try, 1 in 160th of a second first try. Oh, wow.
Okay, the top of the ship is really slippery, though. And then I have to get on top of here. I have to walk up to these planks. then I start jumping,
So-
and I just skipped the whole level.
So in case you're wondering, that level has like 2 versions, like the original version that you get into, and then you go through a portal and you get this demented hell-ish version of that cosmic level. But they're both loaded in at the same time. You just don't see the collision of anything. So we just skip to the final ring that's supposed to send us to the teleporter. And after more wiggling,
More wiggling.
so there, should we talk about Belly of the Beast?
Yeah. I mean, Belly of the Beast, in my opinion, is probably the hardest level in the run. Unfortunately, you have to do a really, really hard series of shield charge boosts, which, if you're not familiar with what a shield charge boost is, you basically, like, kind of cancel your
by the way-
lock on to a shield charge.
By the way,
and-
that red wall just didn't go
Oh,
far enough.
oh yeah, easy. Yeah. Anyway, you kind of cancel the shield charge locking onto an enemy midway through. And, yeah, we have to do a couple of those in Belly that are really hard. But here I'm going to pick up our only Wraith Stone of the run because we need it to fully upgrade the Ravager. And this just so happens to be the most convenient place to get one. Of course, I fail the mantle. Awesome. One sec.
Yeah, that Wraith Stone is just locked in a room. Now, normally you have to do this big cosmic puzzle combat-like section. But yeah, we're just going to warp in, load checkpoint to reset, and then...
It puts us right in front of the staircase. So, oh, and sticky
Sticky keys again!
Sticky keys.
Sticky keys is loving you today.
Yeah, I have to mash sprint in order to sprint literally as soon as possible, because anytime I'm not sprinting, I'm not gaming.
Is there a reason you don't use auto sprint? Stop hops?
Yeah, there's specific places where you need to line up with stuff.
Oh,
Okay.
completed, don't mind it. He just went through a wall.
Oh, yeah, wheel clipped.
So
Here we go. We're just going to take a little walk.
we're going to walk up these stairs manually to the end. So Belly of the Beast, biggest headache of any percent, just because it was the most executionally difficult run. What they don't tell you is that the last arena of Belly of the Beast is the same arena that we were in for the ending level of this one. So if we just literally climb the stairs ourselves, we get to the end of Belly of the Beast.
Yep.
And also, there's no fight here where there normally would be. And there's no wall, so you can just get to the end.
Okay. Very quickly, as we load into the next level, how that clip worked is called a weapon wheel clip. Basically, we slow down time enough to where we can move the Doomslayer effectively faster than physics collision can detect it. So we just slowly go in.
Mm-hmm.
I love telling people that the second most broken glitch in this game is walking through walls. Because
Yeah.
the first one is just teleporting.
Yeah, so a trick where we can go through any wall we want, anytime we want. Oh, speaking of which, Mantle Warp, and we're falling beneath the map. There is the ship at the end of the level.
Yep.
It's not... Okay, so you may notice a theme that all the locations were linked to where they physically or visually are. Except for this level, the ship is just under the map, so we just warp directly above it and fall.
I actually got to talk to the guy who designed this level, and he was like, oh, yeah, I designed Harbor Souls. And I was like, thank you so much for putting the boat where it is. Thank you so much. That guy's super chill, by the way.
I think every dev we've talked
Yeah,
to is
everybody's super chill.
today. Dude, the vibes at Quakecon are just immaculate. Welcome to Resurrection. Okay, I'm done with the funny jokes. This level is actually primarily done casually, and the reason why is that mantle warps don't give height, and Creed's ship is kind of very high up in the sky like it is visually in this game.
Yeah.
And we just can't get enough height through any other method, because we could warp into the dragon section, but we
Yeah.
would warp into the dragon section as the Slayer, and I doubt walking up that big cliff is even doable, if not slow as heck.
Yeah, I've been experimenting with stuff to make this level not suck, but so far, no luck. But fortunately, I do have a very, very efficient route, like, for combat in this level, so I can at least do it fast, right?
Yeah, so we picked up all the upgrade materials in the run for this moment now, where we fully upgrade the Ravager. So Ravager gives you more ammo, and it gives you health when you shoot things. And because this is Aspiring Slayer, that health actually out-heals damage most of the time. So, oh, little shield charge boost straight to the pinky? That's new. I haven't seen that. That's sexy. Slowly getting down the pinky to the Revenant. There will be a
There you go.
Mancubus and Hellnate that will spawn behind him.
That was weird. He didn't even go into a falter state.
I hope. He did die, right? Because I also didn't see it.
I hope so. We're going to say he did.
So after the
Yeah, he died.
man, I was corrected like 3 times what those Veter variant enemies are called, and I still don't remember. Enforcers. Got it. Yeah, after Dyelawn's done with basically that side of the map, we'll move to this side of the map to where there's the leader Revenant, which we do need to kill to end the... What the? Just barely lived.
It's fine.
Maybe. Yeah, you should
Okay.
be good.
Yeah, there's something weird with like the amount of damage enemies are taking or something. I don't know. For reference, I literally grinded this for 13 hours 2 days ago. And
Yeah.
none of these problems happened.
I think we might just be experiencing some weird tech thing, which is cool. It's just a little awkward.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I don't know. But either way, we're still gaming, man.
Yeah, dude, we get to spend more time gaming. And speaking of gaming, it is faster to do these warps than it is to walk there because teleportation is fast. Another shield charge boost at the end. Aw, dude. I have not seen these before. Those are sick.
Yeah, this is a relatively newish strat, at least to me, because the Komodo spawns on the other side of the arena. So instead of like killing all the stuff over here, going to the other side of the arena, and then coming back, we kind of just like subvert the issue and go from back to front. So then the guy literally spawns right here while our Ravager is still fully charged up.
Yeah, this game has very strict range requirements for weapons and fire. So, like, if you are far enough away from an enemy, your bullets will literally not hit them because they despawn after a certain amount of time.
There we go.
And that is Komodo down.
Dude, this is actually really convenient. Look at this.
That is, oh, dude, that Komodo, that Komodo got our paycheck for sure.
Oh, crap.
Oh,
Okay.
just barely mess up the mantle warp.
I made a mistake, guys.
Keep in mind that these are very precise, looking for a ledge.
I got put back in the first arena, which that's never happened before.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't give you a checkpoint right after that arena.
It's fine. I can figure it out. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Let me get my bearings real quick. Oh, here we go.
Warping into the cave.
If we can. At least now I know where it is.
Yeah, when you're practicing, you're memorizing like the mouse motions you need to make at what point in the run, and because we're warping from
There
a
we go.
different spot. Like, there we go. Yeah.
All right.
It's just a little awkward. Got to refine your bearings.
I made a little mistake, guys.
This encounter is very much just... It's kind of like if you go around in a circle, the trigger demons just sort of naturally are sitting there at the edge of the arena. After killing this Kako, which we shield bash into, is that to prevent the iframe attack?
Yep.
Yeah, there's...
And I'm trying to get this guy in a really specific spot so I can do this.
And that is the Acolyte down so quick.
Yeah. Yeah. It just makes it to where he won't teleport if you're like really quick with it and you put that, what do they call it, Cosmic Baron or whatever. I don't know the names of the enemies. I don't even want to kill him if I didn't have to.
You might want to restart checkpoint.
What?
When you restarted earlier, I think after the second one, it didn't count.
Oh, because of the arena?
Mm-hmm. It's still
Yeah,
supposed to go out
destroy
three.
Sea Shout. Oh, it's because...
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, it's because you...
You should be able to go to the second one again, though, right?
Maybe open the map.
Let's figure this out, chat. All right. NBD, we're gonna game. It's okay. I have an idea. I'm literally making it up, chat.
He is...
Okay, where are we?
I think it's the one with the red thing. Yeah, right there.
Yep. All right, so we're going to. No, it's fine. It's fine. I just didn't get the warp.
Yeah, we'll just try it again.
Crap, I lost my bearings again. Sorry. Here.
Just warping right to the yellow key arena again, and we'll do that lickety split.
Oh my god. Again, I've never done this. This is
This
totally
is some
making
on
it
the
up.
fly routing you gotta do. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and who likes that encounter? Because I did. I like that shield charge boost. It was cool. Just, like, come on, like how do you not like that? Again, Trigger Demons going back to front in order so that we can beat spawn cap the Komodo right as it comes in.
Okay, cool. We fixed it, chat.
This is the definition of gaming.
Okay, all right, so now that I'm here, I can go back to where I was normally. This run sure has been some kind of comedy of errors, huh? All right, so now the dragon spawns. That's fine. And then I need to come over here, and I need to grab the Berserk. So whenever you grab a power-up in the game, if you are on the dragon, it actually stores your character's state. So I'm going to carry this Berserk all the way up to the final boss fight.
Yeah, while you're in the dragon section, like, it just doesn't count down. It's because, like, it changes, like, your player state almost.
Yeah. Well, it stores it. So it's like, how was the Slayer before it touched the dragon? It stores that, and then when you become Slayer again, it picks up where it left off. I think it has to do with, like, because otherwise the character would just reset, right? It needs to store the state at which you were at whenever you, like, before you got off the dragon, or got on the dragon, rather.
Yeah. One thing to mention, we have talked about this run being down patched.
Yeah.
You will see the reason why it's down patched right now, because the Ravager was so strong on launch that they had to nerf its damage to bosses by 40%. So
Yeah.
we're going to have a previously OP at Ravager going in to Creedmaker with Berserk, which does what, 4 times the damage?
Something like that.
Something like that, and we're just we're gonna have fun.
You know what we call that in the biz, Rytro?
What?
We call that gaming.
If let the record show that today gaming was had. Oh, one weird thing about the scroll fire, it only happens when sprinting on a dragon or dodging. Like, if you're just regular flying around normal speed, you can't scroll fire.
All right.
All right, one more mantle warp. Oh, what? Dude, the amount of first tries you're getting is actually criminal.
Yeah. I've gotten pretty decent at it.
And there we go. Done.
All right, so here we have to reload checkpoint because we need to abuse his AI. So what we're going to do is we're going to shield bash and immediately unload all of our melee charges on him. I have to do it in the black screen so we can skip the shield phase.
Yeah.
Because I have nothing to deal with the shield at all. If it happens, then I'm just screwed. But fortunately, because we interrupted his call to start that, if I can find him, because we interrupted his call to start that, he wouldn't start it until it would be his next time to call that move.
Yeah, so we could glory kill him. It's just glory killing does less damage than shooting.
The only time I like to shoot the gun is whenever I just click and hold.
All right. this next trick, I think, needs no introduction. I think just see. We're supposed to load into the final battle, which starts with an Atlan section, but just watch what goes on here. This level looks a little different.
Yep. So basically what happens is whenever we skip that intro cutscene, for whatever reason, because we skip it so fast, it puts us in the suit in the black screen, but then kicks us out of the suit in the black screen too. So we're going to walk to a spot to do a cool warp.
Yeah, in case you're wondering why we're walking so long, this is the only place to mantle warp on this map.
Yeah, that's the only place we found so far.
One funny thing is that the game still thinks you're in Atlan, so that building just instantly destroyed. You can see some.
Oh yeah.
These are actual Pinkies and Cyber Demons in the game. They didn't expect you to look at them so close because they expect you to be in the Atlan.
Yeah. So they're all PS1 graphic style.
So again, the reason why we have to walk this far is because this section is made for Atlan collision. Atlan collisions is the size of like a tower.
Yeah.
So there's no Slayer collision, so there's really nothing to mantle off of, which is why this building comes in here, which looks slightly different from the environment around it. It's our theory that this is a building that was used in a Slayer section at one point and was later repurposed into this level because it looked visually appealing. And we are going to abuse that fact to...
All right, silence in the chat, boys.
Full concentration.
No! What? Wait.
Oh, wait, you can...
Yes!
Oh!
Yes!
I thought you were done, dude. And now we're in Ozrock.
Can anyone clip that? That's actually faster. What the hell?
We're finding strats live during a showcase. What the heck?
Jeez, man. Sorry.
Dude, I'd be hyped too. That's kind of insane.
Okay, so we just have to do a weapon wheel clip to get in here. Yeah. There is a mantle warp here, but I'm over 30 and my heart's not doing too good. So I'm just going to do the wheel clip.
There is a mantle warp to get onto the Ozrock fight, as Dylan said, but if you mess it up, you have to do, I'm not joking, the entire level again.
That's why I was so hyped. I've literally, like, the entire time I've been here, you can ask the boys, like, I'm like, oh, dude, I'm super worried about Final Battle, man. I don't want to have to take that walk of shame, family. I don't want to have to do the whole get kicked out of the suit and do the whole thing again, man. No, I freaking nailed it. And I found, like, an objectively faster way to get somewhere there.
I have emotional whiplash over the course of those few seconds.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. And the fact that the mantle worked on the first thing and everything, brother. We're gaming.
Yeah, if you're again, why Dylan's not parrying here is because that would activate slow-mo, and slow-mo is faster than just shooting him. So we're just going to face tank, and also healing's just strong. Ozrock doesn't do enough damage to counteract Ravager healing.
Yep. So, yeah, pretty much at this time in the game, this is when everybody's like, oh, GG, grats on your time, right? Because the rest of the run is pretty chill, relatively speaking. Because we basically, you know, have to do this. You know, I always make the joke, we don't have to kill the same boss 4 times. We get to.
Yeah,
right.
I will say any percent run, how it's progressed nowadays, I think has an awesome flow of just crazy mantle warp into somewhat casual combat, into combat where there's a very specific niche trick that you got to do in order to get it right. Like, this run does have everything.
Yeah, and honestly, man, the combat piece of it is a lot more engaging than I ever thought it would be, because you literally have nothing, and as long as you're, like, solid with the trigger enemies and everything, you're golden. You can make really, really cool, efficient routes with it. So, and yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. Every single time that I fight them, I get a little bit better at it, and it just feels cool to like actually see yourself getting better at that sort of thing and like manipulating the AI in the right way. So,
Is
you know,
this the 100% speedrunner pipeline?
no.
Come on,
No.
the whole category is just like that.
All right, so unlike us young whippersnappers, I can't keep my I can't take 3.5 hours to do a run, brother.
Yeah, you do it in even less because you're a gamer.
I mean, facts.
That is Ozrock down. We're gonna move in to the final reckoning.
Yes.
Which, you know, poetry rhymes, and this run is art. So much like most other levels, mantle warps will just be good.
If I had enough surface area on my brain, I would make a haiku live. But I don't.
Just gonna grab this ledge mantle. Oh, dude, what? Again? What?
Yeah, dude. I'm starting to get used to the DPI, so I'm like, I'm gaming.
He's beginning to believe.
It's hard to overstate how hard getting those like instant ones is like really hard, especially at this FPS.
Yeah. He's going to bring that Berserk power-up into the final boss fight by completely skipping the trigger by warping into the area right before. Oh, there's a...
Brother,
The Baron is being annoying.
don't do it to me, man. Please don't.
Would it be worth it to shoot him?
Nope.
All right, you heard it from the gamer himself.
It's fine. I can improvise.
Dude, I will say, your improv this run for how, like,
Unique it's been.
There we
unique.
go.
That is the nice version of the word I was looking for. But it has been insane how you've been able to come back and just, like, how I put it, find a new strat, make a mantle warp up on the fly. Like, it really shows the amount of, like, skill that is required of an any percent run.
It really do be showing the amount of clinical depression I have.
Oh, you got the quick kill. Nice.
Yeah, no, that was really good. I
Yeah.
mean, Dylan's the king of quick kill.
Yeah, well, she has to teleport before you melee her, and fortunately the way that it works out in Aspiring Slayer and the amount of damage that you do and the position that you're in, it just works out to where, like, she usually teleports
Oh,
right
by
out.
the way,
Oh, and time, by the way.
time.
Yeah, time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good run. Was very cool to see all the tricks, dude.
Yeah, so I'm sorry that wasn't better. Guys.
It was good. Shut
You
up.
I'm
showed off
so-
all the cool stuff. You showed off new stuff live. I mean,
Yeah, so my goal coming into the showcase is that I wanted to make everybody think I'm really cool. I wanted everybody to think that I was just like a really cool guy, and I think I failed that. So the goal was not accomplished. But regardless, Doom the Dark Ages has become a lot funner now that we're not doing the frame rate capped mantle warps, you know, setting your frame rate to like 2 FPS or whatever. And it went from like, oh, okay, just count and then press the button at the right time, to now it's like you have to hit a frame perfect trick every time you want to go somewhere, along with the efficient combat routing and all that stuff. It's really, really fun. I'm glad that I was able to bring it. I'm not glad that there were so many technical issues, but I mean, hey, we got there. And honestly, an hour still isn't even that bad, relatively speaking.
considering this is the longest like casually, this is
Yeah,
and you can tell people you can beat it in an hour. That's
yeah,
ridiculous.
and there's also only like 2 people in the world that I know of that are doing uncapped mana warps. Me being one of them. The other being Seeker. #Seeker mention. So yeah, just thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. Rytro, Bloodshot, thank you guys for couching for me. I know it's probably a little rough, but
Nah, dude, we're
Yeah.
always here to support you.
awesome. And thank you, Quakecon. Everybody who made the show come together and become possible, just thank you so much. And I believe, Rytro, you had some stuff that you wanted to say as well.
Yeah, Bloodshot, you got any things? I just want to say thank you all for an awesome Quakecon. It was great to come and showcase all of these fun runs, especially since Doom the Dark Ages came out. These are hot speedruns off the presses. By next year, I'm almost certain every run we showcased will be rerouted. And that's the fun of it.
Almost confident.
Yeah, my run, almost assuredly. Yeah, might be. I might
I'm not gonna
actually
lie,
get 100%. Like,
Yeah,
I expect sub 30 any percent next year.
if we,
depends on what we can find.
I think we'll get sub 40 maybe.
Sub
we need
40
another.
surely.
We need another trick or two, but it'll be very cool.
Yeah.
I just want to extend another thanks to everybody. This has been awesome. It's been a dream of mine to do stuff like this, and it is so glad that I can come to Quakecon and put something off and show with a bunch of nerds how we know too much about a video game. And there's people who think that's interesting to watch. I don't know. I just think that's something special.
Yes.